Hey. It's Matthew Harvey here, 12 o'clock Siren recap. On my left is Jaime Hartley.
That's pretty good. That's exactly how my sophomore year Spanish teacher said it.
Jaime Hartley.
She was 900 pounds. On my left is Jason Fuller.
Yeah, I don't have a cool alias.
Jason Fuller.
Some of the guys at work sometimes call me Yason.
Do you remember?
Jason, yeah.
You remember her?
Breck Bueller?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was mean.
I got somebody on my left, too.
She didn't like me.
Yeah. Jason, who you got on your left?
Kerry Murphy.
Ooh.
Big Murph. Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, so we wanted Murph to come on and chat a little bit with us, talk about stuff.
Not very interesting person at all, but I'm here.
You know what you got to say now, right?
Apparently, Matthew hasn't turned his mic on.
Oh, and
So
apparently I'm supposed to say to my left is James's wife, Ashley.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
The lovely
Howdy,
Miss
Ashley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for letting me back on after
Yeah,
my mishap.
welcome to point 5.
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Don't sweat it, man. I say stuff every week.
Well, I
That you
figured
wish you could
out.
have back. You're
All
like,
right.
oh.
I figured out what it was.
We don't know how to edit this stuff, so it just goes out there, man.
Yep, as
Whatever you
is.
say.
So you're forgiven.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What did you figure it out?
Well, I said my favorite song from The Little Mermaid was Part of Your World, but it's A Whole New World.
No. No. A Whole New World is from Aladdin.
I mean, flip it
Turned
back.
down for what is what I think she said.
I said it was A
Little
Whole
John.
New World.
That's true. You did
It's
say
part
that.
of your world.
Okay.
Part
There you
of
go.
your world.
Is that
It's
a song?
been a while. It's been a while.
That's true.
Matthew,
Wish I could be. Is that it?
Yes. I
Matthew,
think
you've
so.
got a lovely
you
voice.
do have a fine tenor
Thank
voice
you.
on you.
Thank you.
I feel like he'd do good at like the Fannin County play. You know?
Is
My
there a
brother's
Fannin County
laughing
play?
I don't know.
I want to
There
get
should
in
be.
on that.
Yeah.
Would you go to that, Murph?
I guess so.
Well, we go to tractor pulls and stuff, right? So-
Yeah, but there's tractors and stuff there.
You been collecting cups or what?
Yeah, so I found the cup. I think I've got the greatest hidden prize, so to speak.
It is the most coveted prize, maybe?
It was like Excalibur.
Arguably
pulling it
with
from
some
the
ginger
stove.
soaps. It's up there.
I didn't
Depends
get
on
any
how
soap.
much you like your soap.
What?
Yeah.
Who's making that soap? Is it goat soap or something?
It is
That's what
goat
it
soap.
says.
Is it really?
Whoever
To
made
wash
the cup,
goats with?
The cup is pretty awesome. Whoever made
Jennifer
that.
Clay
Shout
does
out.
an amazing job.
What's her company's
the
name?
Texas Cup Factory.
That's right.
Huh,
Texas
what a
Cup
cool-
Factory. Look
Good
that
name
up.
for a cup factory.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ginger
It's in
does the
Texas.
soap.
Ginger Jordan. Yes,
Ginger
she does the
Jordan's
soap from
goat
goats,
soap.
Goats.
And I believe it's also for sale at Grove Hill Farms, right?
It is.
When
Yeah.
they're
but-
open.
When they're open, yes.
Yeah. By the
Sure
concession
they'll-
stand, if I'm not mistaken.
They have a concession stand?
Dude,
They have fresh
it's
squeezed
legit
lemonade.
out there, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's as
Concession
good as
stand that used to be Caveman Bob's.
Cool. You been out
You
there,
would never know it.
Never.
Amber's dad
I
made
like
us some
concession
delicious
stands, though.
lemonade.
Heard
Nachos
that.
are awesome.
I heard that.
Caveman
I'm a nacho
Bob's
guy,
doesn't
too.
cook anymore?
No, that's she bought it and renovated it.
That was John
Now there's-
Michaels.
It was.
Fresh squeezed lemonade coming
right.
out of it.
Huh.
Man.
You're right.
I hate the fact he's not doing that anymore.
Yeah. I
So-
want everybody to make food. I hate when a food place closes
Yeah.
down, man. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, when
I
her
like
farm
food.
opens back up in the spring for the tulip farm, I'm sure the soaps will be available there.
More goat soap.
More goat soap.
So this is soap to wash your goat with.
Or
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Depends on what
Correct.
you mean by your goat.
I'm going to play along.
You need to get your mind out of
Yeah,
the, out of the goater. Oh, the wheels have
goater.
officially fell off. What are we, 4 minutes in? Wow.
Yeah.
420.
Yeah.
425.
420.
422.
All right, fellas.
What's on the agenda?
Hey, wait. Well, here's what's on the agenda. Ashley, you said you wanted to bring up something that you forgot to bring up with Miss Gaye last
Yes.
episode.
She won the Citizen of the Year award by the Chamber of Commerce.
Well
That's a
deserved.
pretty big deal.
Well deserved.
Very
Well
much
deserved.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so humble about it.
Very much.
Yeah.
She always
She
says,
didn't
it's
want to
not
talk
me,
about it.
but yeah, she's behind the scenes on a lot of stuff that
So
goes on.
I called Miss Gaye last night, and we spoke for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and I was just trying to feel her out about coming on the show and all the things that she does around Christmas time. And she wears a lot of hats. She does a lot of things for the kids around here, man. Another thing that I didn't really grasp before, and I've lived in Leonard my whole life, is how many kids need stuff here in Leonard.
Yeah, they're hidden kind of a little bit.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
you don't think of it, but she was talking well over 100 kids need stuff at Christmas time. We're not even that big of a town.
I gotta be
Sad
honest.
number.
Yeah.
You know, they were talking about like getting socks for Christmas, and you know, when you were a kid, you were like, your parents might say like, "Oh, we're gonna get you socks and underwear." I have since, now that I'm a grown man, I have since said if I like won the lottery, my one like eccentricity, if you will, would be to never wear the same pair of socks twice, because there is nothing like opening that new pair of socks.
Oh, like
putting in that first pair.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Superman, he never wore the same socks twice.
Oh man, now I'm a villain. Though.
When I worked at Quick Check, people would ask me how
Wear
I'm
a lot of
doing,
socks?
and I'd say, terrific, I'm wearing new socks.
It was cold in there, Murph.
Yeah.
It was cold in there. Murph had a dinger. You missed it.
I missed it.
Ah.
What'd you say?
Is his mic even on? Are you guys not hearing him or what? He's laying down funny stuff over here.
He's good.
Good.
Say it
Let me
again.
hear you,
Say it
Murph.
again.
I'm
Talk-
not really that
talk-
fun.
there he is. There he is.
Try it again.
I'm really not that fun.
Try to hit that. Try to hit that joke one more time.
Recreate
controlled, yeah.
50 seconds
We
ago.
were talking about, speaking of, we each have a bad habit of trying to sneak a joke in before the moment's gone, which results into us just talking over
Just
each other.
yelling over each other.
Yeah, it's bad, man. Sometimes we're belligerent and just loud and rude, obnoxious.
Yeah, I think it probably also determines how many Sprites have been had. You know.
I'd like to introduce a topic.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
This is a result of a Facebook post my wife made last night or yesterday.
Oh man, I saw
I
this. I
told-
know where this is going.
I told James about it
Nope.
briefly.
This is ridiculous.
The post was on McKinney Cares, a group page about, like McKinney moms, a bunch of moms probably just slashing each other's throat digitally. But anyway, she posted to the page after dropping her 9-year-old off at school. Within a quarter mile of the school was a bunch of inmates in the orange and white jumpers picking up trash off the side of the road. And her comment was something to the effect of, not quite the time and place to be having inmates picking up trash.
I'm sure they're fine. You don't know. You don't know who they
To
are.
which she got berated by everybody on it, saying that she was, inconsiderate. They're repaying their debts.
Yeah.
Who are you? You're uneducated. Why would you think this? Just totally got torn apart about it, and I just couldn't imagine that that's how most people felt,
Well,
or just didn't understand the situation. Like we support the work program, the trustee program.
sure. Yeah.
However, there's a time and a place, right?
Well, whether
Because you
there's
could be
time-
walking to school. A kid can be walking to school down any of those roads, right?
Well, yeah. Here's the deal, right?
It's just odd.
I think they're probably fine, right? They're trustees.
Yeah.
They're probably very
Probably
low
had a
level.
lot of speeding tickets or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Very light natured
Sure.
to be able to be in work
Yeah.
with
Sure.
anyway. But either way,
That
Sure.
said, a mom voicing a concern because she doesn't know what they're in for.
Mhm.
She doesn't know. Shouldn't get lambasted on for voicing
Yeah.
that concern.
Right.
Like-
But the funny part about it was McKinney Cares.
right. Yeah.
Cares.
just like, hey,
well,
Focus
does
being
it,
on
though?
cares.
Does it?
I don't know that they put murdered.
Yeah.
inmates
No,
with-
of course
with
not.
the-
No, and I know that. Most people do know that. But the fact, there's a law in place that you can't have drugs within 1,000 feet of a school.
Right.
But somebody that has gone through the judicial system and is in jail is actually a prisoner, can
Oh, yeah.
be within.
Right. Well, here's the deal.
You feel me?
I don't care
The bag of drugs doesn't have a mind of its own
if they're
Absolutely.
the
and won't get shot at if it blows away in the wind.
rightfully so.
if they're the sweetest person in the world, right? It doesn't matter because nobody knows, and so the way to avoid all this is to just not have them picking up trash when kids are walking to school.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
just
Yep.
delay this by
Yep.
2 hours, and
No big deal.
everybody's good. You know.
Yeah.
Now
Anyway, she told me about all these people going off on it, and I was like, good God, get off that page. First off, don't comment on a forum,
Oh, you're
Yeah,
setting
because
yourself
everybody on a
That's-
forum just hates you.
You're asking for
automatically,
it, man.
yeah,
You are
so-
asking
so
for it.
what Ben Shapiro says, right? He says,
There's some thick
used,
skin.
used to when we would go to like a concert, you're a crowd with a purpose, like you're there to see Metallica or George Strait or whatever. And he was like, Facebook is a crowd without a purpose looking for one, and that
Right.
most of the time turns into trolling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
I troll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
I
I'm
do,
a
I do
part
too.
of.
You know
Yeah,
what,
yeah, I
man?
do.
Anymore though, I'm way pulled back from Facebook. Like
I am too.
Every
Except
time
with-
I see something that I think about getting in, I'm like, is this worth the
Yeah,
30 notifications I'll get for the next 2
More
days?
often than not, I type out a paragraph and delete it all.
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
It's really it's
sure.
really common.
Although
I'm a GIF guy.
Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself, and I will let
Yeah.
everybody know that
Yeah.
on my Facebook. Yeah.
Voted most likely to not kill himself.
Yeah, with his yearbook picture, that was a good one. I love it. I love it. I love how social media served its noble goal there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they kept it in the
because-
media spotlight.
because the media, the mainstream media, and our political elite did not want that to get brought up, and
It
Man.
hasn't faded.
no, social media is like, no, we're gonna see this through.
Between that and the cat being yelled at.
I love that one though, man. I'll be honest, I love
Pretty
that
funny.
meme.
Speaking of cats, what about the cat during the football game the other night?
That was pretty good.
Did you see that?
Did you
I
see
did.
did you see the resulting meme where it was when your homie makes it in the NFL, there's like 5 black cats looking at the TV.
Made it in the league.
Yeah, made it in
Yeah,
the league.
it's funny stuff.
Speaking of, Jake went down for his business. He went down to Blackjack Golf Course in Montgomery,
hmm
and there was apparently it's like a kind of a high end, country club thing. He gave IVs to people such as J.R. Smith, the NBA World Champion.
Cool.
Oh
I think Matthew McConaughey was there. Anyway,
Cool.
it's kind of an interesting situation. He was sending me pictures today, like talking about it. I was like, dude, that's cool.
Mm.
You know,
I think Matthew McConaughey stinks.
I think
He
does
looks
too.
like he smells
Matthew
bad.
McConaughey getting an IV in Dallas Buyers Club. Ooh.
That guy looked rough.
Yeah.
He did. He committed. He committed to
Yeah.
that.
He's all in.
He stinks and smells bad, or
Yeah, he looks like he smells bad.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't stink
Does
as
he
an
not?
actor.
What do
He's
you
a good
except for the
actor.
Lincoln
Ashley?
commercial, he looks like he smells terrific.
What do you think? Do you think Matthew McConaughey smells bad?
I don't know.
My wife would take a
doesn't-
swing at me for saying anything bad at him.
Is is he on her forgive list?
No, because he's a Longhorn.
Ah.
Yeah, so we don't roll that way.
No.
Not in my house.
Oh,
He looks
some
all
things
right.
are sacred.
Yeah, our forgive list isn't team loyal either.
Yeah.
Our house is.
Right.
We said we make our lists by who those people support, sports wise.
Mm.
So Ashley does not think Matthew smells. Is that correct?
I don't know about smell. He looks all right.
Oh,
You
okay.
think he's pretty?
He's pretty.
Okay.
He's okay.
You think he stinks,
Pretty.
Murph?
I don't think he's pretty too.
Okay.
We just found out.
Is he on your list?
I don't
Well,
really
that's
have a
what
list.
I was going to say. We just found out he's on both our lists.
There it is. We found out a lot right there, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. You're getting a peek into the Hartley household here.
Yeah.
Oh,
As a
my word.
class, we learned a lot right there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Jisms.
All right. It's good pizza. Go eat it.
We judged a chili cook-off
We did.
on Saturday.
We did.
Tell me about the chili.
It was
it
good.
You missed it.
One-
I
Was it-
wanted to be there.
Well,
One
it only
through
lasted
four-
like 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, you could have
How
totally
many
been there.
kinds of chilies?
15?
15, yeah.
15 chilies? Well,
Well, you told me
14
10 to 2.
and tortilla soup.
Yeah.
To be fair, you told me 10 to 2. I thought it was an obligation.
That was when the
Somebody's
fall
going to listen to this
festival
and
was
go, tortilla soup.
going. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I made that tortilla soup.
They're
just
going to get
snuck one
mad.
by
I knew it was tortilla
We're
soup.
going to have one less Facebook follower tomorrow or whatever. You know?
Nobody's going to know, though.
No. No.
back to 9.
It was good, man. We showed up. Matthew and I and another guy. We sat around. I was a little disappointed in the lack of spiciness.
There's one that was
yeah.
on fire.
Yeah.
But only one that was really, really hot.
And I only put it at a 6. Like I didn't, you know.
I want something that's going to like make me regret it.
Yeah.
You know?
There was none of that.
Number one was a pretty good smoked brisket chili that was clearly a competition recipe.
Style.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And apparently it was a competition recipe.
Do you guys prefer bean or no bean?
I'll eat it.
Come on.
I'll
So
eat it either
we
way.
discussed
That's the
we
question.
discussed that pre-judging,
Yeah.
and we all agreed that we didn't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
to me.
matter. I don't care.
Here's what I'll say. For competition, I think it should be no bean. But I like chili with
Well,
beans
it's
in
a
it.
Texas thing, right? Texas chili doesn't have beans.
Right.
Okay, I love Texas. I love chili. I have nothing against beans.
Right.
So I really don't have a dog in that
A
hunt.
strong stance.
I will say this. and my wife will confirm this. For the last handful of years, I've been making chili. Recently, as this week, I made chili without beans for the first time, and I got to say I liked it a little better. So the flavor was a little better. The beans didn't really take anything away from it. So.
And just add a little bit of filler there.
Yeah, less is more, I think. And the beans the whole time, they were doing something. I took the beans out.
Toot
chili
factor?
got better.
2 factor.
Yeah, it's less present without beans.
Let's see, that's part
Obviously.
of chili, man.
Tootin'?
Yeah. Darn tootin'.
No.
That is part of the chili, though. I mean,
Yeah, but I have nothing against. I'm not a bean Nazi or anything.
No.
In the cook-off, did some of the chili have beans?
No.
oh, yeah.
Did they? Yeah.
A couple did.
Yeah, a couple
A
did.
few did, maybe.
I would say the majority did not. Though.
Most probably didn't.
Now, I'll be honest.
There was a wide variety. It's really cool to see them all laid out. I took pictures and put them on the Facebook, and it's cool to see all the different styles, textures, colors,
Do you make chili, Murph?
consistencies.
I don't cook very much.
You do smoke some meat occasionally, though, right?
I like to play with like some different meats and whatnot, but
What kind of smoker do you got?
I really don't.
Really?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. I just have a charcoal grill that I.
Heard that.
Occasionally throw some wood chips on.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I do the same
Shout
thing. I
out
got a
to the
Kamado.
realist.
Yeah, I got a Kamado Joe, and it's basically just a charcoal griller, but I throw wood chips on it and smoke. So,
Shelby and I went to Nebraska a while back, and I was like, I want to buy one of these pit bosses, and then I looked at the price, and I was like, I can eat.
I'm
yeah.
gonna stick to this Weber.
My sister though
Thought
gave
about
me a
making it
Traeger.
yourself.
Yeah.
She gave me a Traeger, and I haven't picked it up yet. But
Can I have
I'm
it?
interested. No.
Can
Can I
just
have your
keep it at my
Kamado?
house? 'Cause
Sure.
I won't have to pay.
It'd be like it's
$9
both
for one.
ours.
Yeah.
Bring it up here.
Yeah. Ah, that's a good. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see Joe Rogan's Instagram post when he smokes like elk haunch, whatever?
What is a
I want
haunch?
to eat elk every
what,
day.
What part of the animal is the haunch?
I think it's
Or
a large
butt.
piece of meat, whatever. You know,
Josh Key would
haunches.
know.
From what
Yeah.
region of the body is that?
If you're on your
The
haunches,
hams,
probably
maybe?
the butt or the.
I think it's in front
Hamstring?
of the back legs, right? Like,
Yeah.
right where the leg meets the.
he would also say caught you in my wing, my wing here, my underwing or whatever he
What
says.
is this thing called? Didn't it have a funny name?
Weenus.
Weenus.
Weenus. Yeah.
I pointed to my elbow bone.
I was gonna
Yeah.
I was gonna clarify that.
just so everybody knows. Jason's
For those of
pointing
you
to his
listening to the
elbow.
podcast, he's pointing at his elbow
My
Yeah.
elbow.
or weenus.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the goater.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Um,
What else we got? What do we got?
We have an event coming up on the 30th.
We did. We talked
Yeah.
about
Do
that.
stuff.
It's gonna be fun.
You coming to that, Murph?
I'll be here.
All right.
Heck
All
yeah.
right. You coming to that, Ashley?
Yep.
Good.
You guys gonna play
'Cause I'm gonna be
cornhole?
here.
Yep.
So,
We're going to be a team. We're pretty. Ashley and I are pretty killer at
I
that.
think for cornhole though, the only fair way to do it is blind draw for partners.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree.
yeah.
Because you get stacked teams, and then
Well,
you get people
Trent
feeling
and Tyler.
Yeah,
They go yard on it.
Yeah.
You're like, man,
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
I have to call Tyler out on that. Like, hey man, you got to shout out on the podcast because you know he hasn't listened to one time.
Yeah, he hasn't. Tyler, talking about you, Tyler Pancook. I know you haven't listened at all. Jerk.
Now he will.
Yeah, he'll
He'll
hear
hear
that.
that.
He'll hear that.
Somebody will tell him we've been talking about him.
He might
Yeah.
What's
step
gonna happen?
outside right now and be like, "Somebody just said my name,"
Yeah,
like
I mean,
a bat signal.
Jason makes like one random comment about an 11-year-old crush, and he gets a Facebook friend request from the
did.
dude.
Hey, you know what,
brother?
Yeah. So Patrick Booth
The
sent
power
me a
of-
friend request, and we have not interacted yet on Facebook. I accepted it.
I think he's
You
just
should-
keeping his eye on you.
You
I
should
accept it.
wave
Yeah,
at
he
him, like wave
Yeah,
at
poke
him or
him.
poke him.
Yeah. How do you
Yeah.
poke? Can you still poke on
I
there?
think so. I don't understand. My dad asked me. My dad, he's he's
Come here, James. Should I poke this person? Or
Yeah,
not?
I know. No. He asked me the other day. He was like, "Hey, somebody waved at me on Facebook. What does that mean?" I was like, "Nobody really knows."
Yeah, poke them.
Do y'all
Yeah.
have people that just kind of routinely you go back and forth and poke?
Yes.
Yo, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I haven't done it in a while, but usually I have.
for sure. Matthew Harvey.
Oh, am I one?
Yeah.
I haven't been on it in a while. I
It's
don't know how to
usually
do that. I don't know how to get to it now.
I think you have to do it on a computer, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably
Or
why.
not my phone.
Yeah,
What? Some other kind of phone.
yeah, mine doesn't do it either.
I miss the MySpace days.
Yeah, I miss the old Nokia phone days.
I
Yeah.
miss
For real,
having-
if y'all went back to pagers, like everybody agreed to do, I'd go back tomorrow. I'd put these
'Cause you could-
phones away and go back to that.
because you could wear it in your pocket and look like a
You'd have your mom page you at like 8:30 to make you look cool.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, I gotta.
yeah.
It costs like $3.50 for a year to have a pager.
Yeah.
I miss those.
I need that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I miss that kind of cost.
Can I introduce a topic?
Yeah.
Speaking of $3.50, because that's about what it cost me the other night. I had the most fun that a 36-year-old man can have in Dallas.
What'd you do?
I rode a Lime. Actually, it was a Lyft scooter.
That's one of those that you see on every corner downtown.
Yeah, I mean they're just like they're tripping hazards almost.
Yeah.
Like so I had a work event, right? We were at the Marriott downtown in Dallas. Afterwards, we went to dinner at Cafe Momentum, which is a nonprofit, and it helps at-risk youth, and people should go down there and support it because it's actually a really cool thing. And then after that, we went to the Crafty Irishman, right? So now
What do they support?
Alcoholics mostly.
Okay. Just checking.
Drinking.
Yeah. So that's what we did this thing where we drank Guinness and Jameson. And then we were like, hey, we need to Uber back to the hotel where our vehicles are parked. And we walked out to get an Uber, and there were these 3 scooters, and there was 3 of us.
Destiny.
And we were like, it is
Has
destiny.
to happen.
It was the funnest thing.
So y'all got on one?
Yes. Yeah. We all got on one, and it was amazing. No, we each got one, and it was midnight in Dallas. Nobody was around except apparently a couple of cops that found us really
They're
quick.
always around.
Yeah,
man.
well, we
They're
were
lurking.
Man, I've got a video. I might even put it on the 12 o'clock Siren page because it's that funny.
It's pretty funny.
A buddy of mine just ate it hard, and I happened to be filming, and I can't believe I was filming and riding the scooter.
I can't either because I've rode in
I
the
was
truck
shocked.
with you, and
Yeah.
you're not great at doing 2 things
No.
at once. I'll be honest.
No, and
I thought you were
scare
going to
me
step on a
sometimes.
rake.
yeah. Well, my buddy that I sent a video to, he said, man, that laugh of yours has so much joy in it. And I said, well, that's 1 part joy, 2 parts Guinness, 3 parts Jameson.
And there's some fear mixed in, I think. It's like
Yeah.
some, I'm not sure how to word it, but there's some cautious, like, joy going on there. This is like a laugh I've never heard James make. We've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
He was having the time of his life,
I
apparently.
really was. I felt
sound-
like a teenager.
The sound you make when your friend kills himself in a funny way.
Yeah. You're like, oh, man. What should I do here? There was a lot of that.
Get the clowns out of the room.
Get
All right,
that
so
goat
that was
out. Get
that
that
was
goat soap out.
that was
How
my
do you
introduction.
pay for the?
Download an app. So it was a Lyft. Luckily, I already had Lyft, right? It was a Lyft scooter. They were on Lime scooters. Apparently, Lime scooters are a little bit faster than Lyft scooters.
You've done your research.
I want the fast
Well,
ones.
I'll be honest. All of these were too fast for people who've been to the Crafty Irishman.
Heard that.
And
So how many beers would you say you could have and then ride a scooter?
Like
2.
3/4 of one. Because
Oh, no.
yeah,
Oh,
it was a dicey proposition when I was
Any
like,
bunny hopping going on?
of course. First thing I
Nice.
did.
Look
Yeah.
for a
First,
ramp.
first thing I did was bunny hopping.
Nice.
First thing I do is find a rock.
I realized I was
Pothole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing my buddy did was find the slick spot of concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing I would do is break my neck, probably.
It was, well, that's like Joe Mack said. He said, hey, did you do any sick tricks? I was like, survived. That was pretty sick.
Right.
You know? No, yeah. So you download the app, and it cost me, I think I wrote it for like 35 minutes, and it cost me $3.77.
Ain't bad.
It was like,
Cool.
all right.
Did you throw it in the road when you were done? Because that's typically what they do in Dallas.
No, I parked it. I put the kickstand down. I took a picture of it like they asked me to do.
Kicked it over.
Why don't neighborhoods just do that
I don't know.
with bikes and kids and
Well,
stuff?
they do, and apparently people
Do
are
they?
griping. You've always got your detractors, right? Because people are saying, well, there's all these bikes and scooters and stuff laid around the neighborhood, and I was like, well, I'm dodging homeless people down here in Dallas. Like I literally
Yeah.
was like driving around them. That they were. One guy was asleep on his feet. It was the weirdest thing.
you
Like,
push
hey,
him over?
Hop on
No,
here.
I just drove around and kind of bunny hopped and tail kicked, like freestyle scooter.
Grinded on them.
Yeah, a little bit.
50-50 grind. Right down a homeless guy. Get on here, buddy. I'll take you to the store where you need to go.
Yeah.
I'll pump you.
Got room for
Like
one
we used to
more.
do with our bikes. Remember, you
Yeah.
tell somebody get on the handlebars. I'll pump you up to
Kenneth,
up to
get on the
Woody's.
back.
I'll pump you to Woody's. Oh man,
Yeah.
I wish we had scooters around here like that when I was growing up. Of course, I wouldn't have had the money for that. I just
Matthew,
scrape
can-
up 2
can-
dimes.
Can you Bluetooth me in?
Yeah. Actually, just connect to the Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Should be
I
active.
might can play that video with my horrible laugh.
Are you ready for this, Ash?
Ready?
Let's see here.
Seen it?
Yes, I have.
Did you laugh?
The best part of it is
Were you like, I've never heard this laugh before?
I laughed and I watched it about 5 times.
Have you ever heard him make that sound before?
No, never. It's been almost 15 years.
Probably. There you go. 15 years. I don't know that I've ever made the sound, to
Not
be
during
honest.
Jismin or nothing?
Yeah. Not when we order pizza. No. Although, if you're going to order pizza, you should order it from Jism's Pizza.
You should also pronounce it right when you call. Don't say Jisms.
Will he correct you?
Yeah, I don't think that's how it's pronounced.
No, it's
I'm
not.
pretty sure it's Zeems, right? That was his son's
Zeems,
name.
right?
I think his son's name was Zeem. I don't,
Is the G's silent?
well, I know a lot of Albanians don't pronounce the first letter.
Oh. Man, you know way more about Albanians
Yeah,
than I
that's
do.
impressive.
Yeah, I have I'll share a story with you afterwards on how I know that.
Okay.
It's not as noble as it sounds.
No,
All
we
right.
were there and we heard her answer the phone and she said, Gazeems.
Oh, right.
Are you
But she's
saying
probably
That's how
from
she
Leonard,
said it.
though.
Pam?
She's
Yeah.
from Leonard,
Pam.
so.
Well,
And you,
Pam.
if I was there, I would say Jisms. So
And you would be fired.
and I would be wrong. That's why I don't work there anymore.
All right. Are we ready for this?
Let me hear
It
it.
Zims.
That's another friend of mine laughing. Let's hear the wait. Here we go. Oh, right here.
Can you start that over?
Yeah.
That's a hacking laugh.
It is. Yeah. I was laughing like that.
I like
That's
the,
almost a Joker laugh.
I like
right
the
there.
echoes of the 2 a.m.
I know,
city
I
streets.
Yeah.
felt like we were on an empty street.
Yeah.
Well, we were, and not only was I laughing like that from the belly and the soul, one might say, I was filming and riding a scooter after the Crafty Irishman. It was pretty
Sounds
impressive.
like a lot of fun. Let's just go down there and do that.
It's worth the trip to do it. I'm serious.
Informer.
It's worth it.
Cool.
Maybe that'll be the next 12 o'clock Siren remote spot.
Let's get our Three Amigos costumes back on and go down there and do that.
Scooting.
Yeah.
So
New
good.
boot
Well,
scooting.
you saw what Josh Key said.
I
you know?
did.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to start a gang.
He does. 3-piece patch and all. You know.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay, so that's the topic I was going to introduce is scooting.
That was terrific.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
They look fun.
Had to hear my laugh.
I almost got one at the Trump rally.
Did you?
A scooter.
How was that Trump rally?
It was good.
Was it?
Yep. We
That's good.
walked right up to Woodall Rogers right when his motorcade passed.
Nice.
So the state troopers had like all the walkways shut down. You couldn't cross the road. You just had to stop.
Word.
And then about 5 minutes later, about 50 state troopers and DPD and all the big cars came through, and 2 of the what do they call them? The limos, the presidential limos.
The motorcade.
2 of the actual limos passed by, and I forgot they do it in 2s.
Yeah, what do they
And
call
I'm
them? The Beast?
I was focusing on the first
Why
one.
did he do
He was in
twos?
the
Is they
second
trying to throw you off?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
one's he in?
Yeah,
He's probably not in
Just
those at
a-
all. He's in the sewer.
just
Coming up through
an
the
expensive
manhole
50-50.
He's actually that first motorcycle cop. You know, you're always looking at the
He's a
limo. He's
driver.
actually driving the, yeah.
He's in the one with the weird blonde
He's
hair.
on a lime scooter on the sidewalk when nobody's looking.
Bunny hopping.
laughing his
Yeah.
ass off.
Fish
Just,
telling.
But we
Yeah.
didn't get in. We just
Oh, man.
we got up, almost got in, but not quite. There's a ton of people there.
Oh, man. That would have
It was
been
cool though.
That would have been
Did
good
you
to
go
get
to that,
in.
Murph?
I did not.
No.
I wish I would have.
Seemed like I
You had to
thought
get.
were
My
going.
dad got there at like noon, and he barely got in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How many people were outside just
ton.
lingering?
No, just a ton.
That was at the AA Center, right?
Yeah.
Which holds how many folks? Do you
Oh,
think?
geez,
I think
25.
25.
25
Yeah.
25 is what they said was there.
So you
20,
think as
25?
many were outside as in?
No, not that many.
Oh, okay.
There's 5,000 or
Are
so.
we talking like rival the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl parade crowd?
Oh no. No. It was full though. I mean,
That's
it looked
cool.
like, I don't know what New Year's is down there, but it was full. Like Victory
Victory
Hall
Plaza.
Plaza was all full.
That's
And
what
then
they
it went
call
out of the streets to the W down.
Yeah. Where
Down
the fountains
Nowitzki
and
Way.
stuff are? Cool. That's real cool.
So, speaking of Victory Plaza, you know what I like better than Victory Plaza? The Star.
Yeah.
We were over there. When did we go? When was that? This weekend. Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, we went to. Scoreboard. Fancy. Yeah. I was wearing pointy shoes then too. So
Yeah.
Scoreboard. Double up.
No, we went to the Star. We went to Tupelo Honey
We're in
for
pointy shoes right now.
Well, I was at work. All right, thanks.
You look dapper today,
I
man.
appreciate that. I wear sport coats sometimes.
You do.
You know, when I try to church it up a little bit.
That's why his closet's bigger than mine.
That's true. I do have the
Ooh.
bigger of the two closets.
Scoreboard.
Nice.
I gotta. She wears
You're
scrubs
twice
every
her
day.
size.
I'm twice her size.
So
She wears
makes
scrubs
sense.
He
every
wears
day.
fancy clothes and I wear scrubs.
Yeah. But a lot of times I work from home and I wear pajamas, so it's cool.
A lot of pajamas and suits.
A lot of pajamas, and then I'm like, oh man, one day I'm waiting to like show up in pajama bottoms and a sport coat because I'm,
Yeah.
you know,
You want me to put you on the list?
yes,
I will.
do it.
I'll talk to Miss Gaye and see if I can get you on that list.
All right,
Maybe somebody will adopt you.
maybe, maybe,
Free socks.
yeah. Anyway, we went to the Star and we had brunch at Tupelo Honey for my niece's 17th birthday party. And then we went out, and my sister and my wife and I had a few drinks at the Concrete Cowboy. What else was that? What was that place that was not good that we went to?
I was just trying to remember the name of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Texas Live. That's what they're
Aladdin.
going for.
It's gonna be cool.
Was it
it's gonna be
Aladdin
cool.
by
They were
chance?
working out some kinks.
Yeah, it was their soft
not.
opening.
Little Mermaid.
Was their soft opening, and they
A
did
whole new
not.
world.
Didn't have their stuff together.
No, that was a bad choice on the owner's part to go ahead and open. They should have trained their people better and had the actual products.
Maybe
that they
it
were
was
trying
one of
to
those.
sell.
What's that? Bar rescue? Maybe it was one of those like hell
They
nights
just
or whatever.
opened.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Torture
I
test
hope
or what do
so
they call
because
it?
it looks cool.
Stress test.
I canceled an order of oysters
Ooh, yeah.
because
An hour later.
an hour later, like, hey, I'll get some of those Blue Point oysters. You know, like I like those. Those are cool. And they're like, okay. They put it in, and she kept coming by, apologizing. Sorry, it'll be out in a little bit. And I'm like, they don't have to cook them or harvest them. I hope, you know. And finally, I said, hey, we're just gonna go. She said, I understand. Took like 45 minutes, and they never came out. They're just raw. All you gotta do is crack
There's a
them.
guy in the middle of a stream, like, dang it.
Shucking them. You know.
What do you mean?
going,
they,
"Ah,
they
shucks."
canceled this order. He's
Yeah.
got waders on and a knife.
Yeah, he's out on a boat.
Are oysters good? I've never had.
Bunch of
I
Sonic
love 'em.
Ice.
Where's the best place to go to get oysters?
Central California.
No,
Or,
I
excuse
mean,
me.
okay, within a reasonable distance from us. Is there one?
Gulf Coast, isn't it? Yeah, Gulf Coast.
So if I go to
Dallas.
like Hooters and get
I mean,
oysters,
really-
don't do that.
Okay.
dang near anywhere on the coast.
Yeah, but we're in Dallas. Where's a good
Yeah.
restaurant to get?
Restaurant wise, I don't.
my wife and I were talking the other day
Can't
that
go wrong
yeah,
with Papados.
Papados.
neither of us have ever had them, so we kind of want to try them.
I'd go to Papados.
So when
What
you
do
go,
I get?
Go to
They
Papados.
have the turnover and the quality.
You ever had them, Murph?
I'm not an oyster guy.
Okay.
I
You already
wish
know
I
that.
was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nate's.
Can't.
I'm not gonna
Can't
waste
do
my
it.
money.
Nate's. Yeah.
anywhere that sells like Blue Point oysters.
He
are
looks
from
so
the
sure when
Northeast.
he's, oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
Definitely not for me.
It's like
I
a
did
tasty
go to-
sinus infection.
To Papados in Houston last week, and I just
Speaking my language.
$61 for a steak, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Man, I get the when I go to Papados.
They
I
serve steak at Papados.
They do. I never get it.
I've never gotten that far.
It's good. It's really good.
I get the crawfish trio. It's not on the menu. You got to be a fat guy like me
In the
to-
know.
Yeah, you
They
gotta
took
be
it
in the
off?
know. Yeah, it's not on the menu.
Oh, it's like a
But
secret
they still
item.
serve it. Yeah, crawfish trio. So it's crawfish etouffee, sautéed crawfish, and fried crawfish, and about 17 pounds of dirty rice. And it's amazing.
Mhm.
Oh, that sounds good.
We used to do
That sounds
Papados
real
for
good.
Christmas
All right,
Eve.
well, I'm out.
Really?
Yeah, that was our
Oh.
Christmas Eve dinner.
Really?
Nice.
That was a really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. We used to do
Brett-
Papados for.
Brett didn't. He doesn't like seafood.
You and I used to do Papados for
Tuesday.
$2 beers and $2.95 crawfish, boiled
Mhm.
crawfish on
Mhm.
Tuesdays.
Mm.
Man, we had some good times.
Oh, yeah.
I like crawfish.
Free bread.
Is it free?
Their bread is super crunchy.
Yeah, it's good.
It's delicious.
All that oil.
They had they had the boiled crawfish on special on like Tuesdays. You get a loaf of that bread and soak up all the crawfish juice with that bread. My God, it's the best thing you ever put in your
How
mouth.
can you
Heard
not?
that. I want some
Good.
etouffee right
Mm.
now.
I think
love
since
it.
we've moved to Leonard, we've saved some money on eating
Yeah,
fancy.
because you have to
Yeah.
drive so far.
Yeah.
You know, Blue Bonnet's got etouffee up there.
It's because
You see
Dairy
that?
Queen prices are so
They
reasonable.
got big like pre-made etouffees
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
wonder if it's good. It's got to be
Yeah.
good. Everything
I-
else
I've
they
been-
serve is good.
Yeah, it's in the big freezers. They all kinds of like pre-made stuff
that.
like that. Maybe that's what we
I
get.
don't know that I've had anything from Blue Bonnet that's bad.
No.
It's all good.
What did we eat up here the
day?
other day? What'd you cook me? New York strip and
New York
pumpkin
strip
curry.
and the pumpkin curry.
Boy, that pumpkin curry
sausage.
sausage was the bomb.
We've had the it's the jalapeno cheddar bacon wrapped tenderloin. We haven't done. Isn't there like a mango or something?
That one's my favorite.
I did that one the other
I hear
day.
everybody says that, man. I haven't tried it yet.
It's a mango chorizo, and it is
Yeah.
awesome.
I want to try that one.
Yeah, and your cooking instructions. I actually went back to that post
Yeah.
Saturday. Saturday. We did one Saturday night, and I went back to that post, and
It works.
350 for 40 minutes, and then 4 minutes each side on the broil. Boom.
I think that's how we did it too.
It's good.
It's so good.
Perfectly done.
Well, we have our marching orders, Ashley.
My wife was like,
I'm
"Oh, we'll
down.
eat this
You
tonight
guys-
and tomorrow," and I was like, "Yeah, no, we won't. We're gonna have it all tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
there won't be enough tomorrow."
What'd you do this weekend?
I did nothing.
Heard that.
I stay home with my daughter most of the time.
How old's your daughter?
She's 19 months.
19 months. Give me that in days or years. Sorry.
That's almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're coming up
Just
on
over a year and
I
a
don't
half.
do that
She's a
month
cutie,
stuff.
man.
She is up in the morning and she does not stop.
Yeah.
She's the boss, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Her name is Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae.
Yeah, she is the boss at my house. My wife thinks she is. She is not.
Yeah.
She is not.
Yeah.
You're going to make sure she hears this. Huh?
She told me before I came here, don't embarrass me. I was like, I want to keep that rolling in the back of my mind, but I kind of hope I do.
Yeah.
I don't
We'll
care.
figure out a way. We'll see if we can't embarrass your wife.
My wife is on the podcast, and she's been embarrassed several times tonight. But
Yeah.
it's usually
Well,
just
I've never gotten to
myself,
see her embarrassed
actually.
in person, so this is kind of nice.
yeah. This is what she has to put up with. She's just always embarrassed of me. It's
Yeah.
okay, though.
I can't hide it either. I know I turn beet red
She's
every
a-
time.
She's like, oh, that's my husband. I'm so glad.
He's so
What were you in
pretty.
Houston for? Working?
Yeah.
We were re-roofing a apartment complex there.
Cool.
Pretty big job, but it's over with.
Cool.
I think.
Dude.
How many days?
I think it was about 10 weeks.
Oh, 10-week job.
I-
Dang.
I
That's the one
don't-
Jeremy was on.
Jeremy was there,
Yeah.
and I went down there to help him out. We just pushed the gas pedal and tried to go faster on the job, and we knocked it out within the time. We were kind of falling back because Houston has bad weather all the time.
Right.
All
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, bad traffic too, right?
I hate that place.
Isn't Houston traffic
I
supposed to
don't.
be
I
real
don't
bad?
hate Houston. I used to hate Houston. I spent a lot of time selling in Houston the last couple of years, and man, I've kind of found some spots that I'm like, Houston's got some culture to it,
H-Town.
man.
Did you see Paul Wall down there, or Little Flip, or anybody?
I did not. I had
That's where they're
Papa
from, right?
Dripping.
In
Yeah.
my,
Switching
all of my
lanes,
years
dripping.
of
Wood grain
living,
gripping.
I have never wrecked a vehicle, and I was in Houston for, no doubt, 30 minutes, and a lady pulled out in front of me, and I smashed her right in the passenger door, and then
Ouch.
she U-turned in front of me, and then
did
got
that.
out and tried to tell me it was my fault. And
Oh, okay.
In your
I
black
said-
truck? Your black truck?
yes,
Oh, man.
3 months.
Mm.
So anyway, and of course, the people there are just savage, they really are, and they drive.
It's that humidity. It drives people
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. So anyway, that's my Houston story.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
I
glad
think
you're
that's
back.
all of our Houston stories.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
I haven't been there a bunch.
They
Well-
should change the name of
To be quite
Houston to
honest.
Humid.
Yeah. Well, they actually have a
Really stretched there.
You can keep the first letter. Just
change the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean,
you
let's call
really,
a spade here.
you really stretched out for that one.
Yeah, I've been working on that joke for a long time.
Well
Well, it's in my
executed.
my
Well
doodles.
executed.
I have it in my doodles
Yeah.
here.
Doodles.
Lies.
That's what my daughter calls noodles.
Doodles?
Doodles. So
Yeah.
That's what I call them too.
You
They-
follow Mr. Doodle on Instagram?
I do not.
Man, he's good. You gotta check him out.
What is
There
that?
is a
He doodles. He's an awesome
Oh.
doodler.
Like really doodling.
There is
Yeah.
a
subculture down in Houston. There's a large Vietnamese population, and they do Viet Cajun.
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you,
Where-
I like it.
Oh, you told me to do that in New Orleans.
Yeah, go find a.
Is that what
Viet
you just
Cajun
said? New
place.
Orleans or Houston?
Houston,
Okay.
but they do it in New Orleans too.
Yeah.
The Gulf Coast has a large Vietnamese population after the Vietnam War. They immigrated over here.
So we're
and
not still mad at them.
No, they were the ones that helped us.
Cool.
Yeah. So they were the matter of
And-
fact.
And introduced us to Vietnamese crawfish.
And they're
Yeah.
helping us again.
Well, we introduced them to crawfish.
Yep.
And they took it and ran with it.
Yeah, I was going to ask if which one came first.
Yeah, and honestly, there's a Netflix series, and I suggest you watch it. It's called Ugly Delicious, and this guy is a Korean guy, and he goes around. It's kind of like an Anthony Bourdain, no reservations type, but he is obviously a little bit left of center when it comes to his politics, and he goes down to Houston. He talks to these Vietnamese immigrants, and he goes to he thinks they're on his side, and they're about the most MAGA hat wearing. Like, you're like, whoa! And he is surprised. Anyway, it was pretty awesome. So, but everybody should look at, especially the Houston episode's really cool. The Ugly Delicious. So
Cool.
What is the difference in Vietnamese and regular crawfish?
So the way we do it, or the Cajuns do it, right, is just a crawfish boil with water and a lot of spices. They do like a butter and garlic base, so and an oil base, and so it comes out a little oily. I'm not going to say it's
the only thing I don't like about it.
I'm not going to say it's my favorite way to eat crawfish. I prefer the traditional Cajun boil, but it is when crawfish season comes around, you've had a traditional Cajun boil 5 times in a row. And it's good.
Like, it's one thing to get crawfish all over your shirt, and it's another thing to get crawfish all over your shirt for life.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
So we introduced them to crawfish, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
Wait till we introduce them to bacon.
And they come in a bag.
Right. Yeah, they
Vietnamese
do. They
come in a bag. It's all kind of not like a liquid bag, but it's juicy.
I think the Siren
Hot
should
and
do a
juicy crawfish
bowl.
in Las Vegas.
Can we have a Siren crawfish bowl next
Oh, yeah,
spring?
that's going to happen. I'm already planning that.
Yeah. I want to go buy one of those things from Academy, like that are purpose built
The
for
big
crawfish
square
boiling.
ones.
Yeah.
Casey
You just want to lift that up, don't
probably
you?
some of the best
Yeah,
crawfish bowls.
Casey's are good. Dan King makes some pretty good crawfish too.
Yeah.
Dan's pretty good.
Tyler's is good too.
The first couple years, Tyler, they were strong.
Should
but
have them come
they're
cook
pretty
then.
good, man. I like them hot.
They should cook it then.
Maybe we should
Just trying to-
judge crawfish.
Crawfish cook-off.
You're a
Crawfish
genius,
judge,
Crawfish
yeah.
cook-off.
Genius.
Call me the crawl
Oh,
king
man,
here.
you're the crawl master.
Somebody's
Crawl
gonna.
master.
That's going to be a Crossum event.
That is going to be a awesome
I
event.
can't make heads or tails of this.
Yeah, I'll show up in Crawl Force 1. Yep.
It'll be a shell of a
Wow.
time.
Wow. I'm about to claw my ears out.
Pinch me. Is this real?
Yeah, wait, let's back. Never mind. Let's back up, but I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah.
Well,
Crawfish scoot backwards.
we
by the
put
way.
feelers out, so that's good.
Yeah, there
See
we go.
what you did there. Yeah. We'll have our antennas up.
I was just about to say that.
It's getting muddy in here.
Oh, I got some questions for you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
I like
okay.
this.
Y'all are always quizzing people, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to quiz y'all.
Okay.
Here, what you
And
We're
I
going to be
almost
equally
forgot,
as.
You got notes?
but I forgot.
Has a big nose.
Wow.
So I asked Kenneth to give me, that hot hitter, that
Okay.
Wow.
one
Okay.
question.
Get
This is
that
exciting.
hitter, son.
And he
this is exciting.
Gang.
failed me. He did not give me one, but he was
All right.
busy at work all day. Anyway, so okay, no cost not a factor. What is your go-to truck?
Okay.
Okay.
Can I answer first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brand new F-250. I'll be honest, I'm irritated with diesels right now, but I go with the diesel. Brand new F-250, just fully loaded. I don't want the Platinum Edition or anything like that. Probably the King Ranch.
Yeah, that's probably my choice.
Yep.
So this is if I could go get anything right now, cost is not a factor.
Not on
I want a
the
Raptor.
Really?
Yeah, I want a Raptor bad.
Do they make those in double cabs yet?
Yeah, crew cab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they used to only make them in single
The
cab.
first year, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a 4-door.
Okay.
Yeah, I want a Raptor, man. I don't need a 3/4 ton, and I like the EcoBoost.
I don't need a 3/4
Raptors
ton
look
either.
cool.
Yeah, good one.
Matthew,
I'm driving it, man. I like mine.
Chevy.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm a Chevy guy too, but
You got the same one pretty much, just a little newer.
When it
You
comes
got
to
4x4. I don't have the 4x4. I don't want it though.
comes to diesel, I've had good luck with Ford.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I will
I've
say.
always been a Chevy guy.
I will say, my wife and I looked at a vehicle while we were at the Star. It was the Lincoln Aviator.
oh yeah,
My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
my goodness, it was also $92,000. So
I'm not so sure right now. I said Raptor. We're talking trucks. I like that Jeep Gladiator, man. That would suit my lifestyle, dude.
But the problem
Rubicon,
with Jeeps are, my dad and I were talking about this. You pay a lot for the name, which okay, whatever, and it doesn't come with a lot.
No, I mean you're getting something that has trailer lights on the back of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like you're
paying for the name.
$55,000 for this Jeep truck. And if you go pay $55,000 for a brand new F-150 4x4, you're getting like a...
Yeah, you don't get the towing capacity, but you also don't get the off-road capability.
That's true.
You know
Anyway,
what I mean?
sorry.
What about you, ma'am?
Ashley?
You get that resale value, too.
It's fair. You got to answer, too.
Ashley, you're in on this. You've been awfully quiet.
Wow.
She just got her
That's purposeful.
Are you embarrassed?
Go-to truck.
You're not still embarrassed about
You said you could hang with the big boys here. This is man talk.
Or SUV.
What's your go-to truck?
I don't know. I just got a new SUV, and I'm a big fan of the Subaru Ascent.
She got
her... Such a mommy answer, though.
I know.
I want a Subaru.
No. Her awesome husband got her a new 2020 Subaru Ascent, and it is amazing. I took the kids to it and took the kids to school in it today, and I came back and I said, "Your car is so nice." Like, I'm used to driving my truck, and man, it's a good car. Like it's not a mommy car at all.
Your mom was just looking at the Jeep trucks.
Really?
She was telling me. Big fan.
She's driving a Jeep right now.
She is.
Oh, she got a Wrangler.
Okay. What else you got, Murphy?
The Jeep trucks are coming out with a diesel, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Next year.
That's interesting.
Next question.
Yeah,
would
you bailed
be,
off the Jeeps, man. You can't
would
come
be,
back.
Where do you guys see the podcast in a year from today?
Oh boy, that's a good. I want to
Celebrating the 1-year anniversary of you asking me this question.
That's right. No, I'm gonna leave this to Matthew to start it off.
That was my answer, man. Celebrating, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Hopefully, we'll have about 50 to 100 guests under our belt, and we'll have a lot of these events under our belt, and a crawfish bowl.
A crawfish bowl for sure.
That's what I want to do within the year.
And within a year or two of
God
this, I want us to have about 15 to 20,000 monthly downloads.
Ooh.
I want to have a really good dichotomy of local guests and people like Whiskey Myers, and and going back and forth. You know, it was a good time. So I want to grow it, but I want to keep its local roots too. Yeah, and I want that to evolve into some YouTube content and some other areas. That's where I see it.
Yeah.
I don't think I could guess where I see it. I can tell you what I hope, and I hope that a year from now it's still good. I hope people still are as interested as they seem to have been so far. And I hope that when we try to do an event like this, that we get a lot of people showing up for it. You know what I mean? Like this November 30th thing. I hope next year, we do it twice as big as we do this year. So that's what I hope.
Have 600 people show up or whatever.
Growth is the main thing, I think, between all three of us. We just want it to grow. And when we started it,
I just want it to be good and people dig it. And if, word of mouth will
growth is a
out,
result of that.
It'll win the day. So people will say, "Hey, check this out."
When we started, we had about 2 weeks after, we had 130 or so average listens per episode. So that's like a good judge of maybe how many people are listening. Yesterday was 172. Yeah. So it's gone up in a couple months. It's growing. Yeah. It's people apparently are liking it and keep listening. That's all I can ask for.
Hope it's good.
I think it's awesome, and I think the fact that you guys are doing community service things that makes it even better.
Sure. Well, it's a lot of fun to do, and if you have the opportunity to do it, you might as well. And
for sure.
We have the opportunity to get together and do it, and there's a lot of interesting folks around here.
And we've made some really cool connections doing this. That we probably wouldn't have otherwise.
Otherwise might not have,
yeah.
My favorite part of it is that it's like multi-generational. So you're, the younger crowd, the older crowd, me like being partial to
they all seem to get
the
it.
older crowd at the nursing home. That even, people in the nursing home are interested in it because they know a lot of the guests that you've had and,
That's it.
Cool. Where do you see us in a year, Ashley?
Lots and lots of listens. Super famous.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying to get that paid, son.
We ought to fan and famous.
Yeah,
fan and famous. PHs.
That's our new hashtag, by the way. Y'all look up fan and famous.
I want your symphony song. I want that to be my song that plays when I walk into a room.
We can do that.
Maybe we'll have fancy food in Leonard now.
All right. What else you got, Murph Dog?
Moving on. So, outside of your immediate family, I mean, not like your dad, your mom, or whatever, who's the biggest influence in you guys' life?
That's a heavy-hitting question. Outside of our immediate families, well, so I'm a big believer in that whole you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Right. So the people I spend the most time with.
I heard that recently, and I thought that hit home.
Well, it's true, man.
I'd not heard that before.
So the 5 people I spend the most time with outside of my family would be Matthew and Jason, and I mean, geez, outside of that, couple of.
Collectively, I knew this was going to be a hard question, so I had to make the list.
No, that's a good question.
That's
It's
a
a good
good
question.
Yeah, well, it's hard. It's hard when you eliminate your dad.
Right. Oh yeah.
So I don't.
Your whole immediate family.
Yeah.
Another person I consider a best friend is my buddy Jake. I don't spend as much time with him anymore, but we talk a lot. A couple of guys in the military, in my unit in the military, and then like my mentors at work. So, yeah, it's kind of a conglomerate.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a good answer.
Very good answer.
I'd like to shout out to Yeezy. No.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Oh, I kind of like the way. I'm sitting here trying to think of who my influences are outside of family. That's where you got me there. But yeah, what James said about your friends and the ones that surround you, it might be a conglomerate of all my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is kind of a reflection of that too. I like having my friends on here,
Yeah, for sure.
and when they're doing cool things, we're all enjoying it, and doing cool things is what I think we're all here for. So kind of my buddies.
Man, I could probably spend a day trying to answer this.
Yeah.
But if you want a name, I can I'll give you a name or two. 2 people who are not in my family, who kind of made a difference at a time when I really needed it. And one would be Richard Smith, Brandon Smith's dad. I kind of fell on hard times when I was a young adult. I'm going to say 19-ish. And I kind of had nowhere to go. I really had nowhere to I had nowhere to hang my hat. I had nothing. And Richard kind of got me back on my feet, gave me a shot, and he was like, "Hey, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you with a place to live, help you with something to drive. We'll figure it out once you get going." And Richard kind of got me rolling. And then I thank a lot of that dude for that.
Yeah, Richard's a good guy.
Richard's a good guy,
He's a
and
really
he's such
good
a
guy.
grizzly bear on the outside,
Yeah.
but he's a
not.
teddy bear on the inside.
He loves people. He does.
Richard is one, and Jesse Ray Bellows. I worked with Jesse for about 6 years as an electrician at Airtex, and he's one of the best electricians I've ever been around. I've been around a bunch of good ones, and he showed me a lot about just kind of how to carry yourself as a man. And he didn't know at the time he was teaching me that, but I was taking notes.
Absolutely.
Cool.
He's a good dude.
Ma'am, you got to answer too. You thought you were getting away with that, but you're not.
I know it. So before, I've had different ones at different stages of my life. So I'm thinking about right now as a mom and a family person and a wife. Gaye and I were just before the show talking about Amber Bates. And I said, I want to be Amber Bates when I grow up because she's got her hand in every bucket and she does everything so well. And she's a really good friend of mine. She's one of my best friends. And she just, from doing stuff with the kids at church to teaching them Sunday school every Sunday morning to doing Just for Kids every Sunday evening to she's the PTL president and she's got the farm and she's a great mom and she's a great friend and she's like super selfless and so I want to be like her.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
She's a good
answer.
Hashtag
girl.
Grove Hill Farms. Go check it out.
What about you, Murph?
She just does it all so gracefully.
It's hard for me. It would probably be. I work with collectively a group of great friends. Brandon, Kenneth, Donna, John, and Justin. And Justin really went on a limb and kind of took me on. And I was in some kind of the same situation as you, but Justin's probably that guy for me. But probably the biggest influence, just if I could put it on eBay, probably be Don Sadler. Man, that guy is awesome to me, and so that's my answer.
I think Kenneth would say the same.
I love that guy.
He's been huge in Kenneth's life too.
Likewise in mine. He's loaned me money to go to work if
Yeah.
He got me, but to go along with that, every job he's had for the last probably 10 or 11 years, he brings me, and then I work with him,
Sure.
So that guy, I'd cut for him for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good dude.
So my last question is a little bit on the lighter side.
All right.
I love this, by the way. This is great.
Yeah, this is really cool, man.
You threw a
Toast
curveball
or-
at us.
Toast or biscuit?
Ooh.
Easy.
Biscuit.
Skillet Texas toast.
Okay. That's a hard question, though, honestly,
It's a
because
hard
I like
question.
biscuit and toast. I mean, I'm the guy that I'll get biscuits and gravy with a side of toast and bacon and
Me
a couple
too.
of eggs
I
over
can dig
medium.
that.
If
Yeah.
somebody held a gun to your head and was like, for the rest of your life, you can only have one.
I
One or
know,
the
I know
other.
mine.
Biscuit.
Biscuit with the honey from Plano Super Bowl.
Okay.
24-hour Plano Super Bowl. You can get 3 for $1. My God.
Dude, I go to.
It's like Popeye's biscuits are
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I used to get
Yeah.
them as a kid with the grape jelly. That was my thing. But these biscuits at Plano Super Bowl, go check them out. They put a little bit of honey on top. It's perfect.
Okay.
If you can't go to Plano Super Bowl, just go to Popeyes.
And put honey
Get
on them.
whatever you want. Get red beans and rice with it.
Yep.
Get a biscuit.
And a
And,
sandwich?
and
or
ask
no?
for honey.
I haven't had the sandwich
It's
yet.
never there when I go, but get some honey, put it on that biscuit, and eat it.
No.
That's about as good as it gets. I'm gonna go biscuit.
What about you, Murph?
I do like toast though. Toast for ease.
I'm 350. I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
I don't care.
right. No, I
Except
get
an
it.
oyster. I don't care.
Do you consider the Red Lobster bread a biscuit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
I don't
those
know.
flaky?
That's
I'll give you that.
toss-up.
What are those like layered biscuits that you like?
Oh,
what are those?
yeah.
Layered biscuits.
Or is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Just
layered-
biscuits.
layered.
You can get them in a can. You can make
Pillsbury
Man,
layers.
Those are good.
Yeah.
You like those too, Murph?
Those are good.
I like everything except oysters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we already covered that.
I don't really know anything I don't like that I can't eat. There's things that aren't my favorite, but I can eat them.
Same.
I don't know. I can't think of anything that I just can't eat.
Yeah.
Liver.
Liver,
Can't do
maybe.
liver. He
I
tried
can.
to trick me into eating liver, and he couldn't.
I
He couldn't
can-
pull
I
one
can
over.
eat-
James, you remember the liver in Chicago? We went to
Yeah.
where'd we go to that
was a
that
24-hour
Oprah, that
diner.
restaurant Dad suggested that Oprah suggested or something like that. But they had liver and onions, and you ordered it like 3 a.m. all confident and ballsy, and then you're like,
bold
nah,
choice.
I don't know if I like it that much.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
And you
Bold
looked
choice.
up at me, and I was like, "No, you're on your own, bud."
Yeah.
Sorry,
Not getting
man.
any of
I
my
think I got
biscuits.
escargot too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Wow.
that I can handle.
We ate that.
Yeah, that was good.
I can't do. I mean, I can do a little liver, but I'm not gonna order a plate of
I
it.
can do liver if it's like chicken fried and the breading is 2 inches thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of stuff that I dislike that I'm going to just come out and say, I hate that. There's a lot of foods I don't waste my time with because I don't think they're that good. Regular Lay's potato chips, I just don't eat them
Oh,
because
man,
I
I
don't think
love
they're
them.
that good. My wife
Yeah.
loves them.
I
I,
like
don't
them.
like them.
God,
Beets.
The yellow bag? Yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Beets is the one thing that
I
I'm
could
not.
eat notebook paper and get the same effect. Lettuce.
Toasted notebook paper.
I'll eat lettuce, but I don't really like it. It's whatever.
Yeah, nobody likes
That's for
lettuce.
rabbits, man.
Oh.
That's for rabbits.
Well,
There we go.
That
Yeah.
concludes my question.
Wrap-
Thank you,
Yeah,
Murph.
thanks,
That was
Murph.
cool.
That
man.
was great.
That was really cool.
I like you prepared the questions.
Yeah.
Did you get some? You said Kenneth.
He
Put in on
failed me.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't give you anything good to work with.
No, he did not. But
No,
he
it's good.
was in his office with the door closed most of the day.
Probably
so-
playing guitar or something.
No, he was
or
busy
doodling.
today. You can
Oh.
tell.
Did you? When did you find out you're going to be on?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Evening.
Yeah,
Did
I
you pull
hit
from a
Murph
hat?
up.
I just texted pull names from a
No,
hat.
no.
I didn't know.
Reached out
I
to,
have some
Justin
people
Horton.
in mind that I thought would want to come on, and
Yeah. Well, you
Uh,
threw some names out. I just
yeah,
said.
Murph's been
remember
a
I
big
texted-
supporter
Yeah.
on Facebook and
Yes.
stuff for a while. So
Speaking of,
Absolutely.
I reached out to Justin Horton today too.
Cool.
Going to have him on.
Yeah, I
Or
think,
he hasn't responded. He may say no. I don't want to be on.
there's a lot of people I want to just have on as a friend of the show, and we
Yep.
can just talk, and we don't have to interview. We can just have fun instead.
Well, maybe they'll hear this and they'll bring some questions.
Yeah, I
too.
like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
If you're listening and you want to be like Murph, you better come with
Yeah.
some
Good
questions,
ones.
man.
He just set the guest bar pretty
He
high.
did.
Yeah.
He did.
yeah.
Be like
Pretty,
Murph.
pretty
And he
high.
brought some
You've
koozies.
had you guys have had some great people like Eugene. That's probably my favorite one. That guy's
It's our most listened to.
Yeah.
He has a good story,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I never would have thought to hear some of that things. But I was like super clued in. Like I wanted to
Right.
hear more from that guy, you know.
So that's your
It's-
favorite? Eugene's your favorite?
Yeah. And Michael, just because, you know, I've known
Right.
Michael my
Have
whole
you
life.
listened? How many have you listened to?
Every one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you usually
Right
put them
on.
on at like 10 at night
Yeah.
or 10:30.
Not the Halloween one, though, right? Have you already listened to that?
It's okay. I love you guys, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I apologize for that episode. It was bad.
Well, hey,
the
that was
sound
our first.
quality was rough.
We had.
I didn't even listen to it.
A lot of balls in the air. When
That's
you do
kinda
it,
how it
you know,
was.
Not
And-
here in the same setting as you used to.
We're still gonna go to those things
Yeah.
and do it.
Yeah.
But maybe
Not
we're not
90% of it's doing it in
Yeah.
front of people.
Yeah, some of that
Having
stuff
fun with
is about the 12 o'clock siren more so than a good episode.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
for
about getting
sure.
out in
Yeah,
front of
yeah.
people. Whatnot.
I get it for sure. I liked, like I said, Michael Daugherty. You know,
Yeah, that was a
that
good one.
guy's awesome, man. He is.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites, too.
Talented guy.
What about you, Ash? You got a favorite? Have you listened to it all?
I loved Eugene.
Yeah.
That seems everybody likes that one.
That was a good way to kick it off.
Yeah.
And that
was
was
a
cool because
great
everybody knows Eugene, but they might not know
His
Eugene.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whiskey
Yeah,
Myers
so-
was cool too.
That was
That
cool.
was yeah.
That was
That one
That was
felt
close.
really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. It did.
When we got the confirmation that those guys were coming on, I was like, wow, this
Yeah,
is
it was
big,
funny.
man, this is big.
Well, it was funny because I didn't think about it that way because, like, I know Tony and Jason knows both Tony and Jamie, and Matthew knew Tony, and so I was just kind of like, oh, we're having Tony and this other guy on, whatever. And
When
about
you
10
step back and look,
in about 10
big
minutes
time.
into it, I realized, like, these dudes are legitimate rock stars.
Oh yeah.
Like, legitimate.
I don't think there's a hotter band this summer than Whiskey Myers.
No.
All the
Yeah.
things they've done this
Yeah.
summer, they're
So, like,
scorching
yeah.
hot.
I still know Tony, but take that veil off, and it's
Tony's
two guys
also a
from
mega rock star, right?
right, exactly.
Town.
And it's kind of like, whoa, yeah. So that was a cool episode.
That's a cool one. That's a cool milestone for us.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Look at us.
So
Who you think we'll have
Collectively,
next year? Mick
those
Jagger?
guys are awesome.
Think we get Mick on
we'll
here?
get Mick.
Dennis
Easy.
Rodman. That's what my
Yeah,
sights are set
Yeah.
on.
Kim
and
Jong Un.
Didn't you want to get Houston Nutt
No.
on here too?
I do want to get Houston.
That would be cool. That'd
Yeah.
be real cool.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I haven't
Have
seen him.
anyone lined up soon?
We have some stuff
We
in
got-
the
we
works.
got
We
some
can't
stuff in the
reveal
works.
that.
Yeah.
We can't give you our upcoming guest.
We do have some. I've got
Try.
'Cause we don't know
confirmation. I've got confirmation on out of context quotes from the 12 o'clock siren.
There's gorillas in Kansas.
One moment.
Oh, yeah?
Waylon, we don't have time to
What you
go
got?
to Atoka.
That was the best.
We
one.
have a quote from H.E. Kagans. There are gorillas in Kansas,
Yeah.
which is a quote from episode 1,
Yep.
in which Eugene was referencing the Trent gorillas of Texas, and he said there are gorillas in Kansas.
Yes.
And apparently there's some school in Kansas with a mascot of gorillas. We also have another, that's the same one. We have another quote from A. Buchanan. Waylon, I don't have time to go to Atoka. Which I thought was funny. So we're going to be doing some of these out of context quote decal giveaways.
I hope mine makes it on there.
Yours made the list. I just wrote it down yesterday. Quote, somebody out there is dressed as a bad parent, unquote. That came from the Halloween on the Square.
I know
heard-
I've had some other dingers.
you heard
that
the
they would not
explanation.
translate well to out of context.
that was a good one. I wrote it down. So I'm going to do some decals like that and give them do some giveaways as out of context siren quotes.
My favorite one comes from Jason, actually, when he talked about astronomy sounding like a sandwich meat.
That was
Well,
that was
it
a
does.
popular
That-
line.
Yeah,
I'll
that
have
was
the
a lot of people like
astronomy
that
on rye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bacon crusted
does.
astronomy, please.
yeah, it kind of sounds like that.
Well, Jason, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I want to hear some Dallas.